Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Vance. In our last tutorial I taught us how to cut this beautiful basque waistline gown. So in this tutorial I'll be teaching you how to sew all of them together. So these are my piece. I've gone ahead to put my paper stay on the right side of my fabric. As you can see, basically arranging the front and the back so you're going to see how it looks. So you could see that I've prepared everything that I need for this tutorial. So this is my lining, guys. I didn't add paper stay to it because I didn't want it to be too thick when I turn it. Remember, the fabric I'm using for this tutorial is a senator material. If I add paper stay on both sides, like the lining and the main fabric, it will be too thick and I might not be able to differentiate the right side from the lining part. I don't know if you get. So this is me, guys, when I folded the front piece. Are you seeing? This is the front piece. Remember that there is a button in front of the dress. It's not like a button that you can button down, just like a button design. So what I'm going to do right now is to use my pin to pin down that button part. The reason I'm pinning down this bottom part is because I'll go to my sewing machine to sew down the allowance that I left for the button. So the allowance I left for the button is actually 1.5 inches. So what I'm going to do right now is to go and sew it straight down, just the way you're seeing me do. So when I'm done sewing it, guys, I'll show you how it looks. So I'm going to open it up right now and show you. When I finish sewing, I'm going to go ahead and iron it like this so that it will be flat on the side. So I went in to bring my side front. So these are my side front. I'm going to go ahead and use my pin to hold it down just like this. Are you seeing? So I'm going to go ahead and sew it down with 1/2 inch on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. Then I'm going to bring in my back piece. So these are my back piece. These are the right sides, and then I'll place the center back and the side back together just like this, and I'll hold it down with a pin so that I can be able to secure the two of them together. I'll do the same thing for this other part too. I'm going to go ahead right now and hold it down with a pin, just the way you see me doing. So when I'm done pinning, guys, I'll take it to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew it down by 1/2 inch, just the way you see me doing. So I'll set it aside right now so that I can bring in my lining fabric. So this is my lining piece, guys. I'll go ahead and do whatever I did to the front to the lining. So this is my yoke. I'm going to place right side of the lining facing right side of the main fabric, just the way you see me doing, and I'm going to go down and sew it by 1/2 inch like this. So when I'm done with this, guys, I'm going to set it aside. So this is our front block, guys. I've gone ahead to sew down the bottom part just like this. Are you seeing? Even the bust part, I've also gone ahead to iron. This is the wrong side. It's looking all clean and neat. So what I'm going to do right now is to go to the sewing machine and sew it down like this. So I'm going to sew it like this so that it could hold both sides. Remember that I'm going to add button to it. So when I'm done, guys, this is my yoke. I'm going to go ahead now and place my yoke the way it should be. So this was me placing my yoke like this. I'll go ahead and also do the same thing for the other parts of the yoke. So when I'm done with this, guys, I will go ahead and sew it and I'll show you how it looks like. So this is the back part, guys. I've also gone ahead to sew down the right side. I've ironed it. Are you seeing? So this is how it looks. It's looking so fine. Then the next thing I'm going to do also is to go ahead and show you the lining piece. So this is my lining piece. I've gone ahead to sew and I've also ironed the back side of the lining. This is the front side of our lining. As you can see, the front side does not have that button thing because it's not necessary for it to have it. It's just the main fabric that should have it. So this is the downside of our gown. I've gone ahead to draw my gathers round it, and then I have gone ahead right now to iron my front piece. Are you seeing? I've also sewed down the bottom part. Are you seeing? I've sewed down both sides of the bottom so that it can stay together with the main fabric. I've also gone ahead to sew down my yoke. The next thing I'm going to do right now is to take my shape. So whatever allowance you left when you were cutting. So you're just going to go ahead now and mark it out. So I went ahead to mark out all of the allowances that I left while I was drafting. So when I'm done with this, guys, I'm going to go ahead right now and place the back side of our fabric meeting the right side of our fabric. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, because I'm actually doing an inseam sewing. So I'll go ahead now and sew it down using the measurement that I took. I'll do the same thing for the lining piece. So this is my lining piece, guys. I've gone ahead to bring in the front. I'll also go ahead now and take the shape that I need. That means when you were cutting your fabric, the allowance that you left, you're going to go ahead and do the same thing for your lining piece. So this was when I was done drafting out my taking my shape. Rather, I'll place the back side of fabric to the right side of our fabric, just the way you see me doing, and I'll go ahead and shape. So guys, when I'm done shaping, this is how it looks. So this is the lining piece. I've gone ahead to shape both sides, although I've not ironed yet. Are you seeing? So the back and the front are now one. At this point, guys, please do well to subscribe to my channel, like my video, and then I'll show you how it looks like. This is our front piece. I did the same thing. The back and the front, I shaped it together to be in one piece because this is an inseam sewing. So when I'm done with this, guys, I'll go to my ironing table and iron out the parts that I shaped. So guys, this is our pocket. The width of this pocket and the length is the same thing. I use 4x4 for both the width and the length. So I've gone ahead to sew it down. So next thing I'm going to do is to bring in our main fabric. So guys, this is our main fabric. I've gone ahead to iron out that part that I shaped. Are you seeing? I also did the same thing for this part. Now to fix the pocket, what we are going to do is from the underbust, I'm going to go ahead and place my underbust measurement, which is 13.5, and then the pocket will be starting around 18 inches. Why? Because if I put the pocket exactly on my half length, it's not going to look fine. So from my half length is 16, so I came down by 2 inches to fix my pocket, making it 18 inches. So I'm fixing my pocket on 18 inches length. I hope you understand. So I went ahead to fix my pocket. What I did next was to calculate how it should be at the middle part. When I was satisfied with how it was, I went ahead to use my pin to hold the pocket to the main fabric, just the way you see me doing. So guys, after I was done with this, I'll go ahead and sew it down by 1/2 inch, and then I'll show you how it looks like when I'm done sewing it down. So guys, this was when I was done sewing. I've also gone ahead to iron. Are you seeing? I sew it down by 1/2 inch. So when I'm done with this, guys, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring in our lining piece. So now the lining piece is going to face the right side of the lining, is going to face the right side of the main fabric. You have to match all the lines that you sew together. Remember, it's an inseam sewing, so you have to match all of your dart lines together, your side lines, you have to match all of them, and you have to pin them down. So the reason for this matching the lines together is so you will not have one side of your dress is not going to be wider than the other part. That's the reason why we are matching all of these dart lines and the points together. So when I was done pinning down, I'll go ahead and sew my back neck, and then the front neck, and then I'll also sew the back neck. So when I'm done sewing, guys, I'll show you how it looks like. So I've gone ahead to sew the front, the back neck. Are you seeing? I've also ironed it out. Are you seeing the front neck? That's our yoke part. I've gone ahead to sew it. I didn't sew the armhole. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to place my shoulder to shoulder, just the way you see me doing. So this was me arranging my shoulder to shoulder like this. Just watch closely what I'm doing. So I went ahead, when I was done with that, I went ahead to secure it down with a pin. So I'm going to go ahead right now to pin the shoulder line straight to the extreme, just the way you see me doing. So at this point, guys, if you found value in my tutorial, please do well to like, share and subscribe to my channel. So I'm going to flip it over now, and then I'll go ahead and sew it down by 1/2 inch. I'll do the same thing for the other shoulder line. I'll place it shoulder to shoulder, just the way you see me doing. Trim down the excess. Are you seeing? I made sure that the shoulder to shoulder are meeting at the extreme end, just like this, and then I went ahead to arrange it before pinning down. So this was me arranging, and then after I was done arranging, I went ahead to pin it down, just the way you see me doing. I just didn't want any part of this shoulder line to squeeze, so I went ahead to fold like this, and then I'll go ahead and sew it down by 1/2 inch. So this was when I was done sewing my shoulder to shoulder by 1/2 inch. Are you seeing? Our dress is already taking shape. So guys, when I was done with this, I've also gone ahead to close my armhole. Are you seeing? The armhole is closed. Our dress is coming out fine. So next thing I'm going to do right now is to bring in the sleeve. So I've gone ahead to cut the sleeve. I cut the sleeve of the camera, and I also cut the flay of the camera. So this is my sleeve, guys, and this is the flay. I used 360-degree flay for this for the sleeve, not 180-degree. I used 360-degree flay. So what I'm going to do right now is to go ahead and attach this sleeve to our gown, and then I'll show you how it looks like when I'm done attaching it. So guys, this was when I was done attaching our sleeve. Are you seeing? It's looking all fine. I also fixed the other side of our sleeve. So this is the other side of our sleeve. I've also gone ahead to fix it. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to attach the gather part. Are you seeing? So this is the gather part, guys. I'll go ahead right now and attach the gather part from the extreme, just like this. Are you seeing? I'll place it like this, and then I'll go ahead and sew it all through the hem of our dress. I'll also go ahead and attach the zip, and I'll show you how it looks like when I'm done. So this was when I was done attaching the gather part of our dress, guys. Our clothes is so lovely. So are you seeing? It's so clean. I've also attached the zip part. Sorry, I had to use a different color of zip because I couldn't find the matching color of the zip, so that was why I used a different color. So what I'm going to do next is to flip it over to the back. Are you seeing how clean the back is? And the zip is also an inseam sewing type of zip. So I'll go ahead now and fix my button, and I'll show you how it looks when I was done. So guys, at this point is remaining the collar around the neck. So what I'm going to do is to bring in my fabric. Are you seeing? So I'm going to go ahead right now and pleat this white strip of fabric around our yoke, just the way you see me doing. So I'm going to pleat it carefully. I'll just show you how I'm going to pleat it, then I'll take it to my sewing machine to sew it down. So this was me pleating, guys. I turned it over like this, and then I'll go ahead and pleat it more so that it can contain the yoke and then the back side of our neck. Remember, this pleat has to go around the neck from the yoke down to the zipper part of our dress. So guys, I'll go to my sewing machine right now and go and do this, and I'll show you how it looks. So this is the final look of the dress. Hope the tutorial was helpful. If it was, please do well to like, share and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.